Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail and it's Judgment time. Let's go ahead and go with my Judge Energy deck where I'm going to see how I do in Judgment, and honestly I have no idea what's going to go on, what's going to happen. This is a live commentary between me and Razul, so I hope this goes well. Like I said before my last video, I'm not entirely sure just how great or not great my deck is. I'm not even particularly sure what my best or worst cards are, but we are going to just go ahead and let Razul go first here. This is a deck that I'm unfamiliar with Energy enough as is that I haven't really played with it very much, hardly at all actually. And let's see, he's going to sacrifice and go for a Ripper early. So that's good for me because that means I get to actually eliminate something with the Copper Automaton almost immediately. So we are going to get rid of Blast Strike. I do have some cursory order in here. I don't know how much use it's going to be though. So there we go, Razul, second turn. Probably has some tough sacrifice choices to make, but Ripper's a pretty good 2/2/2 for one growth card. That's better than a Viscera Sage, which is 2 in the card draw that you barely get to use. I did learn that, okay, so we're going to get hasted here, and the Ripper's going to live. I'm going to kill the Ragged Wolf, though. That's okay. Violent Dispersal, don't really need that just yet. I'll try and cycle back to that card later. Probably going to put the Automata Forge out first. I don't know how many spells this guy's going to have, but a Metal Wonder could be really nice. Regardless though, Quick Explosion. Trying to get something off the board there. A little bit of bad luck that he had the Ragged Wolf, but this is looking a bit like a weenie deck. So we'll see how it goes. If he's going to be primarily Decay or primarily Growth here. We're going to not play with the Law Memorial yet. In fact, I don't know if that's a good idea just in general because I have to sacrifice something anyway. Though it is a good ramp card. Let's go ahead and get rid of Inferno Blast. I do have 3 of those. So we'll go ahead and drop the Automata Forge down here. Just to see what happens. Those of you folks playing at home know a lot more about this kind of stuff than I do. So we'll see if he's going to do enough direct damage to just take it out or what. Maybe I should have tucked the Law Memorial in front of it. I don't know. You know what? In fact, what we're going to do instead is just drop an Ether Pump back here because I do have quite a few Ether Pumps, and it's going to be really nice to be able to possibly take some things out with some direct damage here. Now I'm worried he has something like a Kinfolk Veteran that he's working up to that'll be able to totally knock this out. So it may be better for me to try and pump something out of this while I can next turn. Sister of the Fox. So that could get Ether pumped. Alright, so Inferno Blast. Pretty interesting. Probably not interesting enough though. So let's go ahead and pay 3 energy. For some reason thought it was 2. I'm kind of dumb like that. And Siege Cracker. You're decent, but I want to see if I can do better. Copper Automaton, there we go. So at least try and take out this Ripper. Or at least force him to drop something else. That puts this Gun Automaton up there, which is pretty nice. Now it'd be hilarious if he has a Quake or 2. But that plays very much against what he's drawing here. And I'm curious to see what else he has with Decay. So there we go. I have a Destroyer as well. He's going to protect his Ripper with another Sister of the Fox. Kind of wish that I had that energy card. I just forgot the name of it, but I've observed a few games where it's come into great use, where you do energy and gain energy to the tune of the amount of, what do you call it? Crap that you pick up. That's what we'll call it. Alright, so this is Inferno Blast time, absolutely. Bye-bye. Destroyer's going to be nice, but I think the Storm Runner's going to be just a little bit better. So let's sacrifice for more energy. Do that right now. And I clear his board. Yay, kind of competent play. We'll see if that lasts. Once again, I'm a little worried that he's going to be getting a Kinfolk Veteran to take this out before I can do anything. But whatever happens, happens. We'll see if he tries to dodge the Ether Pump here. No, he's going to drop his Sister of the Bear. Now the next question is, does he have a lot of spells, or is he primarily going creature feature here? Okay, so State Machine, that's all good. You know, I'm not entirely sure how many spells he has, but I love the deterrence of it. The State Machine's really good against a weenie deck, though, so I am gonna, as much as I love the Metal Wonder, I don't think it's gonna be as strong in this matchup if he's just spamming creatures. So let's sack for cards. And Metal Heart's pretty nice. Gains attack equal in number of creatures until the end of turn. Dust Runner's gonna be real nice, actually. So let's go ahead and tuck this back here, I guess. Yeah, because I don't want it to cause disharmony and problems. And we'll drop the Dust Runner here, just to see if these guys can protect each other just a little bit. I really want to play the Storm Runner as well. But yeah, this is going to be a really nice card for a number of reasons. So we're just going for direct damage right now, trying to protect my shit that I have. And if he has a rally, I'm going to laugh at the lack of Metal Wonder that I have anymore. As possible, he might. So we'll see what he does here. Maybe I should have tucked those guys behind a State Machine, I don't know. I keep wanting to call it Steak Machine for some reason. Okay, so Brother of the Wolf is immediately going to take a damage. And a Gravelock Raider is probably just what I need at this point. We're going to get rid of Metal Heart, see what else I can grab here. Siege Cracker, Blessing of Haste, both pretty nice. So let's see here. He's not going to be able to take out everything that I have here. So we're just going to go ahead and start spamming the board. I will show you how to tempo with energy. That is what I will do today. Now, this Blessing of Haste could be huge if I can make it work. But right now, the bottom of my board is really crowded. If he has a Pother or something to get rid of this creature, I'll be a little sad for getting rid of the Storm Runner, but that's kind of what happens when you don't know your cards as well. But at least right now, anything that's a 1 health creature is going to die from the State Machine, so that's a start. And like I said, I'm really curious about what other decay he has, if any. Okay, so that's what he's going to do. Oak Blood. Alright. That is an interesting play. Okay, well, first off, that Oak Blood means I really need to violently disperse that more than anything else. I can move this down and take out these 2 creatures, though, so that's probably a good call, because otherwise I cannot prevent that guy from attacking. I'm going to have to get rid of the Siege Cracker to do it in top deck, but that's what we do here. Actually, you know what? Let's see here. Is there a better way out of this? I have 1 unit attacking. I can Blessing of Haste somebody. I just don't want this Automata Forge to die. So we shall do this. And Blessing of Haste. Yeah, we're gonna have to Inferno Blast everything, I guess. Hell, even if we do that, that's still... It's top decking, but it's top decking right, so we'll make it happen. Like I said, this is where I wish I had clock libraries, because those are pretty nice to have, just in general. And I just got to be mindful what's going on. But Oak Blood, pretty nice there for 6 health. But as long as I can keep a chump blocker in front of there, I can whittle that unit away slowly. And with the Automata Forge, I can buff that up here, unless of course he decides to target it, which is probably the ultimate plan. Another Sister of the Bear, and you're really gonna put that right there, because I can just... Okay, we gotta sacrifice for cards. Charge Coil and a second Ether Pump. Beautiful. Now what that means is that I'm gonna have to get what value I can, maybe out of the Automata Forge right now, because it's probably going, but Let's see here. I'd love to see where your attack range was. Yeah, I gotta move you down one. So that's gonna kill one of the sisters. Let's go and drop a charge coil up here. Because one of them's gonna die, one of them's gonna be hurting. Not a lot I can do about that other than just say try and dodge and protect and do 2 damage every time. So this is not going to be able to go off, which is unfortunate. I'd love to get one more out of there. Boom, shaka maybe. Wow. So I apparently just screwed that up. I thought I'd do 2 damage to the sister. Oh well. Still though, I do have a lot of crap on the board right now, so that's a start. He has a lot of growth coming. Please tell me there's not a god hand in here somewhere. So he's going to take out my Automata Forge. And right now the state machine, when its countdown hits 0, it dies. So it's gone next turn, so I can replace it. But that is delaying him a little bit. As I get message, hey Dryad, what's up? Tried to play me yesterday, it didn't work out. So it's here. He didn't play anything. That's really interesting to me. Okay, can I do this turn? The spark is really intriguing to me, because that means I can do some direct damage here. In fact, I kind of like the spark better than the ether pump right now, especially when I get a second ether pump. That is glorious. Alright, so what we're going to do here first, I can't take you out completely, unfortunately, but I can come pretty damn close. So I can get an ether pump out next turn as well and kind of cycle through this. That's 3 more damage. And if he plays nothing else, that charge coil is going to do some business here. Now, like I knew before, the problem that I was going to have with this deck is just the fact that I don't have a lot of high damage creatures. So it's going to take me a long ass time to whittle away anything here. So I got to keep pace. But that's where those siege crackers are going to be good, but I sacrificed them so far. Right now I do have a very good board presence. There's a scavenger construct, which I can actually deal with that. And a fertile soil as well. Okay, so he does get some card draw. That's a little scary of a proposition. But once again, my units here are going to come into play very well. Chemfolk Ranger, who, if I were him, I'd put that a lot closer. So I get a second Automata Forge, which is great. More valuable than the ether pump, to be honest here. Second Dust Runner. So let's see what we can do about this situation. So we're going to drop the Automata Forge up here. Going to drop the crossbow here. Going to drop the Dust Runner here. And we're just going to have a good old time. I have a board full of tiny creatures. Feels kind of like a growth deck. Now the question is the charge skull 50-50? Nope. But the ether pump is going to go off next turn, so that's okay. I kind of don't like getting rid of the ether pumps here when this is a growth deck, and those can be super devastating, but getting a bunch of Dust Runners and crap on the board is excellent too, so that's not a huge loss. Plus I can start dumping out energy here. Mangy Rat. No great way to speed that up. 2 Mangy Rats. So those are just going to be marked for death. And a Chemfolk Brave. And a Rallying. Interesting. Okay. That's the kind of play I'm interested in seeing here. Alright. So Copper Automaton's not going to do me a lot of good. I was wondering when the Rallying was coming. And there you have it. I guess the other issue at this point is what's this damage going to do? Because I can move this here, move this here, move this here, and knowing how attacks work, these will attack and kill this, possibly before the ether pump goes off. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to have to hope for that. I don't like top decking this much, but we're just going to have to make do here. So 2, 3, charge coil first. That was lucky. Ether pump. Down to 1 health for so many things. And once again, I gotta find a way to start getting more energy into that Automata Forge. So there's a Sister of the Wolf. Question now is that he had his fertile soil before, and I was able to take out so many things. Now can I take advantage? I had the Eagle, so he does have some growth, does have some card draw here. And there's a Champion Ring, not Championship. Languid as well. So this is where you want your Metal Wonder out. And a Ragged Wolf too. I have pissed somebody off today. Alright. Well, we'll just go ahead and move this. Blast Strike. Alright, that's cute. Let's hear. Blast Strike is an enchantment. Every time an enchanted creature deals combat damage to a unit, Blast Strike deals 1 damage to every adjacent unit. Interesting. Metal Heart would be pretty good too. I think, honestly, the better option at this point is, let's see here, Metal Heart. Control number of structures you control until end of turn. I guess that'll do, and I can go ahead and pay 3 energy. Drop that a little. We'll drop that there. We'll drop Metal Heart on you, which should kill that guy at least. There we go. All works out just a little bit. This feels like it's going to be a long game, especially when he started with 2 cards and went with 5 there. So he's cycling through his deck quite a bit. Can't prevent the Fertile Soil play, but I really want to get my Metal Wonder back out. Because, yeah, there we go. Fertile Soil is just going to keep him getting cards. He's going to get a bunch of tiny things out. This is where I really want my Ether Pumps to start doing some business here. Scavenger Construct as well, so we're kind of back to where we started. Mangy Rat, the question is, he can't rally this turn. So, that is a start. Now, this guy's just going to have to be a big hitter. I'm not too concerned with the wall there. However, I can do the Copper Automaton thing and possibly take this out. Violent Dispersal, Ether Pump, this is going to be a great turn. So we can start to do this. Creature with less health. Alright, so we'll do it like this then. Get this out of here. This should attack before this, so that's going to die first. More importantly is that my Ether Pumps are off cycle, because I want them doing damage consistently. Wait a minute. Why that Copper Automaton? Oh, because it doesn't attack till next turn. I'm dumb. Alright, well, that's okay. For some reason I thought it was hasted. That's what I get for thinking that. Well, if he plays something big and scary, I don't... Scavenger Constructs are nice, but I'm not really scared of him, because unless he starts playing Omnivore, and then I can just destroy it. So he's going to take out this Stormrunner, which is actually really nice because it's the only one in my deck, and that means it's going to be put back into my draw. Mangy Rat as well, so is he actually going to rally here? No, Sister of the Bear. Okay. So let us start off then by, as much as I don't want to ditch Spark, I feel like I need to ditch Spark. There we go, that was a good move. So I do want to Inferno Blast. Yeah. I can play that Siege Cracker later. Because that means everything's going to die. Which is kind of what we want in Scrolls. So the Ether Pumps are going to go off. They actually won't do as much good this time, but there we go there. Bye-bye. Charge Coil, Ether Pump not doing anything this time. But I do have a third Ether Pump to play, so right now it's an attrition battle. Siege Cracker's going to need to start doing some business, though. Because this is the exact kind of deck I was hoping to build here. The Sisters of the Bear are kind of the scariest part of this, but I wanted a deck that could counter a lot of the weenie decks I've been seeing in Judgment. And so far, so decent, I would say. Alright, so Copper Automaton's going to be good in this running. let's go ahead and move you up. And I could play one more and violently disperse this person. I haven't really seen much more dangerous cards than this one, so let's see here. But if I can deal with it in other ways... No, let's go ahead and sack for that. That means the Siege Cracker's gonna have to wait maybe another turn. Let's go ahead and just disperse it. Fuck it, whatever. I have the best attitude ever, so I can play the Siege Cracker here starting soon. I guess I only have one Atom to Forge. I'm pretty sure I only have one. More important thing, though, is that this thing's dead no matter what next turn. It's going to be a matter of what else he has at this point. I'm still not seeing a Kinfolk Veteran. There's another Sister of the Bear. Right back where we started. This time, though, the Destroyer is going to be really... could be really nice, but I'm just going to actually ditch it. Oh, goody. Okay. So I can start to have some pretty nice fun with this. If we just go here, go here, I guess. We'll drop an Ether Pump here. No, I really need to start getting the Siege Cracker out. Really, really, really need to start getting that out. And we'll keep the Zealot out as well, just for some direct damage. Because 2 Ether Pumps is good, 3 Ether Pumps is even better. Right now I'm overkill on the Ether Pumps a little bit, but it's just here to deny the board entirely. So, almost there on the idols. This is where a Quake would be laughably hilarious against me, but he hasn't shown Quake yet, but I'm kind of hoping he does now. Oh, Harvester! Oh, that would have been really good to get out earlier. Kind of dodged a bullet there. That's what you want to save your Violent Dispersal for if you can. We will actually ditch that for the Metal Wonder. I do have 2 Automata Forges. That's a good thing to remember. So we'll get this out. Gravelock Raider. Because that's something that can do quite a bit of devastating damage, but it's not going to do a ton here. But I do have to be a little careful with my board because I do want the Automata Forge out. Well, we'll see here. I'm actually going to hold off on playing another Raider here. We'll just see what happens with this. Because I'd rather have the second Automata Forge out, and I have a bunch of tiny creatures out right now. So 5 damage. That Metal Wonder is going to be a really big deterrent, though. So there we go. 4 damage there. I should be able to kill this next turn. Should. Not guaranteed, but should. Almost don't need the second Automata Forge at this point. But question now is, Oak Blood, okay. 2 damage there to that idol. So he's really trying his best to keep his dude alive. So Ranger as well. And there we go. This is going to get ugly for him in just a minute here. Alright, so this is how we're going to do this. Let's sacrifice on you for 8 damage. And this is going to get really tricky. How are we going to make this happen? Well, the Copper Automaton's not going to be able to attack this turn anyway. So we will just go ahead and try and get another one of you out. So in fact, let's get rid of the Automata Forge right now. Blessing of Haste, there we go. A little late on that, but yeah, that would have been nice to have known about before. Oh well. That's why you don't sacrifice cards like a moron like I do. That's alright though. So that's here. It's going to be 4 I guess I do have to attack with this guy here, so we'll do that. Yeah, in turn. I feel like I could have done more there, but I didn't. And I actually blocked off my Automata Forge there, so that's interesting. Unnecessary charge coil. Kill the Harvester. It's pretty much a done deal now, folks. It's just a matter of, can he use his remaining card draw? Is my one Metal Wonder here going to take the cake here at the end? Because there is cake. Second Harvester. Is he playing with two Harvesters in his deck, I guess, is part of my wonder here. Rally as well. One idle down from the rally, but unfortunately that cooldown reduction is not going to be enough. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Right now, that's just kind of a wall to make things stop. Alright, so I don't need the state machine at this point. Spark's actually going to be really nice here. In fact, I could just try and... Let's see. Well, let me go ahead and... I guess I can Spark and just kill this guy like that. Siege Cracker here. Not enough resources to do much else at this point, but... Yeah, there we go. Not a bad play. Cleared his board again when really I should have been focusing on idle damage instead, but when his board's clear, that means his Harvester's not going to be doing anything, so he's forced to cast more spells. Eye of the Eagle's going to kill him at some point. So, not perfect play here by any stretch, but could be worse play, and I'll take that. I'll take that straight to the bank. Because there we go, Languid right now, as we lose a second idol because of that. Deals damage to an idol, so that means that guy's not going to be much good anymore. Gets a Brother the Wolf as well up here. And a Mangy Rat. Now the question is, can he actually... He's not going to rally. He's not going to do much of anything at this point. I do get a State Machine a little later, but for now we're just going to move you up here. I don't think we need to get too fancy at this rate. Violent Dispersal is going to be nice again. Alright. No reason to do too much else at this point. I just gotta keep doing some idle damage here. And that's one way to do it. As once again, all my direct damage here from the Ether Pumps is not going to be doing a whole lot. So this game's going to be stretching into the 30-minute mark. I hope you all don't mind. But I do appreciate, Razul, for you being resilient here and sticking with it instead of just saying some kind of bad crap. Because I've seen some pretty interesting bad manners lately. But right now he's officially card-starved. And there's not a lot that he can do about it. Other than just try and protect his idols here. But we're going to get a... let's get rid of one of the Gravelocks here. And... can I end the game this turn? So your Metal Heart. Attack equal number of structures you control. So that would be... yeah, that ends the game. Yay, 6. Good game, well played. Let's just go ahead and do this. So there we go. Useful cards. 30-minute mark almost exactly. That is Scrolls with Energy so far. It's fun to see. It's nice to just have an idea, and even though I didn't get the cards that I ideally wanted to draft, that I do get at least one win to begin with, playing defensively, getting a bunch of direct damage out. And I'll be honest, this is the exact kind of deck I had in mind facing against. So I'm curious to see how I do next time, but that's it for now. This is Way to Fail with Scrolls Judgment. We're going to be going through all 5 games for this Judgment round just to see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.